I'm Johnny Scoville, and this, most assuredly, is Chase the Heat. Happy weekend to us all. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. I have two pods before me that were grown by Ryan Karsher, the Michigan chili grower. He's a Renaissance dude, I kid you not. Grows his own tobacco, rolls his own cigars. He makes shaving cream that I use to shave in the morning. Great grower, has some very unique crosses. Anyway, he grew these pods. This one is called Frier's Fury. Believes it could be a howler cross. I'm not sure what it's crossed with. This is a cool pod. Listen, if you're a chili head and you hear the word accidental cross, it's like, man, I've been saying for years now, I'm going to start a chili band. Putting the band back together. We're going to call it Accidental Cross. Here is an accidental cross. This is Drew Goldie's, and this one comes with a pretty cool story I'm going to share with you. Kind of breaking the rules. Not really. What I'm going to share with you is a scene that it may end up being in the reality show, but I'm going to share with you because it's cool. Because the pod has some unique characteristics to it. But I'm going to eat Frier's Fury first. I'll get to the Drew Goldie pod. Wow, the aroma. And by the way, I'm cutting this, my Chase the Heat 7th anniversary cutting board. This thing is a beast. You can kill somebody with this thing. Super thick. This was given by Chad and Harmony Matthews. They're amazing. Those have been with the channel for a long time, know that I've been cutting pods on a chopping board that was given to me by Carolyn Kennard. And, she lost a battle with cancer. And before she passed, she had a chopping block made. And it's beautiful, and it's just been through the ringer. It's been through a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hang it on the wall when I get a spot set up, a specific spot to film where I'll film all the time. It'll be next to the plaque, next to the silver play button. You know what's funny about that silver play button? Before it happens, it's an unattainable goal. Like I had 100 the day I started. I'd never even thought about the silver play button. And then you start. At some point, you think to yourself, "Wow, I think that I can do that." You know what I mean? I think we can get there. And when it gets really exciting, it gets 99,900, and you're counting down the last few, and it hits 100,000. It's a really exciting thing. They give you this beautiful plaque. They send you a great letter, and you get that little check mark by your name. The check mark means more because that's everywhere out there, and they know that it's actually me and not somebody saying they're me. But I don't even look at the play button. It's in a box right now. I haven't even unpacked it. I'm not sure what box it's in. But it will be on the wall right next to the Carolyn Kennard Memorial Pepperboard. All right, so this is the first pod. This is the Frier's Fury. When I cut it open, the aroma I'm outside, but you wouldn't believe how strong the aroma was. Here's one half of this pepper. Really pretty. And here's the other half. This is the half with the stem on it. Really neat looking. Isn't that cool? Pretty sinister, huh? It's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to eat that one, and then I'm going to tell you a little story about the Drew Goldie Project Pepper, because it's a pretty cool story. All right, so this is Frier's Fury, again from Ryan Karsher, the Michigan chili grower. Thank you, Ryan. I am Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. I was a little surprised how fast the immediate mouth burn was. Like stung right away. Now it's just got a very, very aggressive ascent for the burn. It's not your ghost pepper that goes like this. It's more like this. Very abrupt, very quick. The burn is in my mouth, not really my throat. My mouth is just scorched. Throat, not so much. I am already feeling a warmth right here, no joke. So it's a pretty hot pepper. The flavor was... it was a good tasting pepper. It was fruity. There were no notes of floral, which is that kind of flowery. I used to say perfumey. It's not really perfumey, but it's kind of a good way to describe it. No flowery notes or floral notes. Slightly bitter at the end. It's still building. It's a hot pepper. That's as hot, not to pick on the Reaper, but it's the one most people know. It's as hot as any Reaper. I'm not even joking. Wicked mouth burn. Non-chili head would be freaking out. They'd be drinking a lot of milk, which is what makes them end up throwing up. But if you're a chili head, this is an 8 to a 10. There might be somebody who calls it a 7. This is a very, very hot pepper. Good one. Nice one. Okay, it's already on its way down, so it peaked. Now, it definitely did. So here's the thing. People will always say, I've been asked the question a million times, how do you know it's peaked? It just comes with experience of eating a lot of pods. Every once in a blue moon, you'll have a pod. I've had a few just very memorable ones where you have a false peak. You think it's on its way down, and then it climbs again. Very, very cool when that happens. This is not doing that, but you can definitely tell when it's on its way down. So it's on its way down. Now, it's important to know if you're a new chili head, and you'll read this at the end. Guys, at the end of the video, right here are all the challenges I've ever done, and right here is pepperology. Anyway, I talk about this in pepperology, but knowing when all these things, like knowing when the pod is peaked and such. If you are brand new to eating chilies, don't think that you're going to eat a pod and peak and come down as fast as I do. I've been doing this forever. I've eaten 1 million peppers, so I'll go. I don't care how hot the pepper is. That's not true, because I'm about to give you an example of a pod that's not like that. Typically, about 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and I'll go from baseline to peak, back to baseline, about 15 minutes. Every once in a while shorter, every once in a while longer, but that's about the average. However, if you're brand new to chilies, this would climb for probably, it would feel to you like it would climb for 20 minutes. And the burn would last so much longer because you're not used to it, and so just expect that. Now this is the Drew Goldy pepper. Now, I want to tell you about this. Drew Goldy, he's just a good guy. He was growing a pepper called Elder's Revenge. He had a pet, his wonderful dog named Elder that passed, and he named a sauce after it, a pepper after it. And this is something you may or may not see in the show. But we were at an event, and he had his Elder's Revenge, the pepper, and asked me to eat it. And he goes, he wanted me to eat it right then. So I did, and I ate the pepper. And the question was immediately asked, is this a contender for the world's hottest? And I said, it was not. I felt terrible telling him that. I kid you not. I just, growers take so much pride in something they've created. Even if something they grew but didn't create, they take pride in it. But if somebody's created a cross, and I mean, it was his business. It was all his sauce was named after it. It was, anyway. I just felt terrible telling him it wasn't. It really wasn't even close. And I was just being honest. However, as I'm walking away, he says, "Oh, you know what?" He goes, "I don't know if you'd be interested." This is how it went down. I don't know if you'd be interested, but I have another pot I brought. I don't know what it is. It's an accidental cross. I went, "I'm sorry, what?" I turned around and came back to the table, and he said, I said, "What is it? What do you have an idea what the parents are?" And he goes, "Well, one's a prima tale. I'm not sure what the other one is." I went, "Let's have it." And this is it. He doesn't know what it was, and I put the pot in my mouth, and I mean, when I tell you instantly, it was hotter than the Elder's Revenge. And I'm not picking on Elder's Revenge. This is a beautiful cross. Now, it's a very hot pepper. Contender, maybe. I mean, it's very, very hot pepper. But what was very unusual, and I hope it happens again, is this pepper had legs, man. I'll tell you what, I ate the pepper. Started walking around, talking to other vendors. And this was weird because there's a camera here, a camera there, a drone. It was just very cool. But I can't remember who I was talking to. I said, when did I eat that last pepper? They said, like 20 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago. I was still burning from a pepper, and that's very unusual. To 25-minute burn, I have read recently there are people saying that they burn for 3.5 hours from a pod. I could put in 16 million pure crystals and not burn for that long. So that, I just don't understand that. However, this one has a very unusual burn. You know, another pepper that has a very long burn? Amnesia, I've experienced. But here it is. Anyway, so what ended up happening was, I came back to his table because it burned for like 20 minutes. I said, that pepper you just gave me, that's a pepper you need to work with. So now, this is what it is. He's working with this. This was an accidental cross. One of the parents, I'm told, is a Primatali. I do not know what the other one is. I hope this burns like the last one, because the last one has just a very unusually long burn. And that's exciting. If you were a non-chili and you ate this, you'd burn for an hour and a half probably. In an hour and a half, you wouldn't feel it anymore, but I'm guessing that's what it would probably be. All right, here we go. From Drew Goldy. Very different taste in those two peppers. Very different tasting. I mean, both were fruity. This one had some floral notes and some bitter notes, which are two great, it's a super combo with me. I like that. And I used to hate floral. Mouth burn right away. Now this one, the first pepper, didn't burn my throat. It was really just in my mouth. This pepper is attacking my throat. This pepper is a hot pepper. Gosh, I love an accidental cross. So, very, very hot. Such a throat burn, though. It's crazy. It's almost like, now my mouth, I'm not really feeling the mouth burn that much from the first pepper anymore. But had I eaten those two together at the same time, my mouth would have been destroyed from the first pepper, and my throat being destroyed by the second would have been a really neat, all over encompassing burn. My eyes are actually watering. This is a hot pepper. Both of them were. In fact, I would say, I think if you have a pepper, this is a weird thing. The pepper, pick either one of the peppers I just ate. The first one, it only burned my mouth. It didn't burn my throat. I think people that are not used to peppers have more trouble with a throat burn than the mouth burn. This is what I've heard over a lot of years. The throat burn is more of a problem for people who aren't accustomed to it than the mouth burn is. So I think, for instance, the second pod didn't burn my mouth, it burned my throat. If that burn, instead of being in my mouth, was in my throat was in my mouth, I think non-chili heads would handle it better. But when it goes to your throat, it seems to be a real problem. That is a great pepper. Super hot. I would say both, here's the thing, I would say both of those peppers are about similar in heat. They just burn in very different places. And when you burn in your throat, it just seems to be more noticeable. But I would say as far as heat, they're both about the same. I'd say it's an 8 to a 10. There might be some, lunatic who's going to call it a 7 because they're out there. Excuse me, but both hot peppers. Now, the second pepper is peaked, okay? But it's going to stick with me for a long time. I'm not going to sit here and do a 25-minute video and stare at the camera and tell you if it's still burning. But this pepper had just unusually long legs. It really just did burn a long time. And I have a theory. If you have a pepper here and it's a 9 out of 10, but it's only going to burn you for 10 minutes, and you have a pepper here that's a 7 out of 10, but it's going to burn you for 30, believe it or not, for somebody new, that 30-minute burn is going to be worse, even at only a 7, than the 9 would be for a 10-minute burn because it's flash. It happens quicker and you're over it. as a burn continues, if it goes 30 minutes, if you're not accustomed to it, it gets distressing. So it's just great burn, great peppers. What a great way to start my Saturday. By the way, it's only 8:30 here in the morning. It's really weird. I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm thinking, man, I usually already pretty close to uploading a video now. And I'm not even going to eat one for a couple hours. So I'm getting used to this time zone. You guys are awesome. Ryan, keep growing, dude. Keep doing what you're doing. The shave cream is great. I might even do a video on his shave cream. I don't know if you shave with a straight razor, leave a comment in the comment section. I shave with a straight razor, and I just get it. Here's the thing: the shaving cream I use, I have more confidence. So though it glides so much better that I'm more relaxed shaving. Relaxed holding a razor to your neck. It's not like a razor or a Bic or something. So when you shave, it's a little tense until you get used to it. And I'm much more in control. I'm much more calm and at ease shaving with this stuff. I don't know. It's weird. Anyhow, thank you, Ryan, for all you do. In the description box, you're gonna see a link for the Michigan Chili Grower. Check them out. Right there is the pepper for this bus. If you watch these videos and you've never clicked that, thank you anyway. But this is my daily report card to let me know if we're doing something right. So, if you haven't, click that. Right there is the Life Built, my brother Tommy's channel about addiction, recovery, living your best life, recovering from trauma. If you got these issues, please come over here. It's amazing things are happening on that channel. Right here are more videos. Right there, all the challenges and pepperology right there. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.